situation over the 12 years that I've been here entertaining you on television. Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning, Journey. She'll be almost, I think she'll be 3 next month, don't you know? Good morning, Kelvin. It's my truth.
Plotted to divorce Kevin, and I sacrificed a lot of myself to come out successful on the other side.
Sharina Hudson just realized she made the biggest mistake of her love life when she got tangled up with Kevin Hunter. And let's be real, it's no secret that Kevin and Sharina were already planning to move in together, fully banking on Wendy's money, without a single thought about anyone else. The audacity is wild, and the drama? Absolutely delicious.
So I'm not gonna take a lot of time because, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't gonna do this.
Don't recommend that you work with your husband, because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day. Having this side girl for almost 15 years of our marriage. I've known about her almost since the beginning. I've known that Kevin is a serial cheat. The first time I found out was while I was pregnant with our son on bed rest. During that time, I gave birth to him. He was in the delivery room. You'll see that play out in the movie. He's passing out cigars, and my wife and I, little Kevin, who's not so little anymore, he's 20 years old. I plotted to divorce Kevin, and I sacrificed a lot of myself to come out successful on the other side.
But here's where the plot thickens. Ever since Wendy walked away from Times, the Wendy Williams show Times, and got trapped under that messy guardianship, Kevin's money train completely ran dry. Honey, his wallet is emptier than a ghost town. He's been filing lawsuit after lawsuit, pulling out every trick imaginable, desperate to get Wendy to bankroll his lavish lifestyle once again. Yet, after his latest attempt got slammed shut in court, whispers are swirling that Kevin has ghosted Sharina just like he did Wendy. And y'all, the drama gets juicier. Nobody had a clue where Sharina had disappeared to. While Kevin was busy dragging Wendy through the legal mud, Sharina vanished off the face of Instagram, going completely off the grid. But today, we finally uncovered the shocking truth about where she's been hiding all these long, mysterious months.
That it was not till death do us part.
And it wasn't just an incident. I mean, the relationship that Kevin had with this woman went on for...
No. Kevin was a serial cheater. Kevin had different mistresses depending on, the part of his life. This last one was the one that he had the longest term relationship with.
As we all know, Wendy's life has been nothing short of a storm lately, fighting tooth and nail to end a guardianship she never wanted, never needed, and certainly never asked for. The twist? A fresh assessment confirmed what many suspected all along. Wendy was never sick, never had dementia, the very excuse used to keep her under lock and key for over 3 long years. And get this, it wasn't just the system doing its thing. From the judge to her former manager, her doctor, Wells Fargo, and even the so-called guardian, Sabrina Moresi, it was like a perfectly choreographed plan to keep Wendy from touching a single dime of her own money. Can you imagine? The audacity. And let's just say, karma has a way of settling scores, and it's far from done with them. Now, with this explosive new evidence, Wendy finally has a real shot at tearing down this exploitative guardianship and reclaiming her life.
For some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house.
But don't get it twisted, this doesn't mean she's jumping back into her primetime seat or hustling on TV anytime soon. And her absence? Oh, it shook the whole world. Yes, even those who weren't fans felt the ripple effect. And yes, that includes Kevin Hunter and his sidekick Sharina Hudson. The drama? Unstoppable.
Kevin had gone to LA for business. And I hired a PI. Yes, I did. I hired a PI to follow my husband, and this guy is telling me that Kevin is in Miami with the girl. This is where you show the picture of them on the beach. You know the picture where she's going to the camera and he's laying there on the cell phone like they're chilling like a couple. You understand what I'm saying? The PI was taking pictures of them going to the gym, going to dinner, her with Gucci Pooch.
When Wendy walked away from the Wendy Williams show, she didn't just leave a set, she left a fortune behind. And that had some serious ripple effects. Case in point, Kevin. He suddenly couldn't collect a single penny in alimony because their divorce decree had a very pointed clause. If Wendy's contract got suspended or wasn't renewed, she wasn't obligated to pay him a dime. Now, let's be real, whoever slipped that little gem into the divorce papers deserves a standing ovation because, let's face it, Kevin clearly had visions of living off Wendy forever. The man had a plan, but life and that genius clause had other ideas. The audacity, the ambition, and now, the ultimate defeat. It's almost poetic.
But what I needed at the time, because I was running 100 miles an hour, and I was so much of a strong support structure for her and all the dreams that she wanted to accomplish, I needed somebody for me. And my new offspring, my daughter, who is a beautiful, beautiful spirit, she was not a oops baby. She was not a mistake baby.
Oh, honey, the drama just gets messier. Kevin allegedly walked away from his divorce with a fat lump sum from Wendy, plus a jaw-dropping alimony check of around $250,000 a month. Yikes, right? But Kevin clearly never imagined that his luxury lifestyle could ever be threatened. The gravy train never stops until it does. As soon as those checks stopped rolling in, Kevin went straight back to court, scrambling to get Wendy to foot his bills again. By 2022, he filed a lawsuit claiming he was completely, utterly broke. He painted this picture of a man drowning in debt behind on bills, struggling to pay the homeowners association fees for his posh community, and facing the terrifying possibility of foreclosure. And get this, he couldn't even cover his car insurance for the luxury rides he adored.
In April, you filed for divorce from your husband.
Correct.
Kevin. And
25 years being together.
Being together.
Correct.
And because of his infidelity.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You know, infidelity is one thing. A full baby is a whole nother topic.
His credit cards? Behind on payments, of course. By the time he dragged Wendy back into court, things had clearly hit rock bottom. Kevin had taken loans out on 2 of his luxury vehicles through a company called Flex Wealth, and he was forced to put his and Sharina's so-called love nest up for sale because he simply couldn't maintain it without Wendy's money. Essentially, they were living on borrowed time, teetering on the edge of homelessness. The audacity, the chaos, the absolute spectacle of it all.
You left your wife. Now, we may not care about her on the show. That's different. But you left your wife. Got you a side piece. Had a baby and was living a whole different life. And evidently Wendy Williams was the real bread maker. Because now you can't live that lifestyle without that check. The grass wasn't greener, huh?
The saga just keeps spiraling into full-blown chaos. Kevin's latest lawsuit? Yep, thrown out by the court again. But don't think for a second he was going to quit. In 2024, he tried another angle, claiming Wendy allegedly hid over $48 million during their divorce and wanted the whole thing set aside. The court, of course, wasn't having it. But can you even believe it? He was literally willing to drag Wendy through a brand new, messy divorce just to squeeze more cash out of her. And if you thought that was the end, oh no. Earlier this year, Kevin went even bigger, filing a jaw-dropping $250 million lawsuit against Wells Fargo, Wendy's guardian, and anyone else tied to her guardianship. He claimed he was doing it to protect Wendy's constitutional rights, saying the court-appointed guardians had defrauded them. So he went from suing Wendy herself to going after anyone with access to her money. Dramatic, right? Here's the tea. Putting personal opinions aside, Kevin's lawsuit actually revealed the full scope of the scheme that had been quietly orchestrated Wells Fargo, the judge, the guardian, And everyone around Wendy had been working to strip her of everything she earned. But even with this mess laid bare, nobody is buying Kevin's "I'm helping Wendy" act.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband, because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
He's no longer her husband, has no power of attorney, and can't even act on behalf of her son anymore. This, pure money grab, and a messy, desperate one at that. And the drama doesn't stop with Kevin's finances, it's hitting his relationship with Sharina Hudson hard too. As the money issues piled up, fights reportedly erupted between them because, let's be real, the main reason Sharina was with Kevin was for the soft life. Suddenly, she had to hustle running her vegan food business that barely brought in cash, hustling real estate in Florida, and even promoting her gut medicine online. She had to switch her whole vibe from living off luxury to actually selling her skills to keep herself and her daughter afloat. Reports say Kevin hasn't paid child support and won't until his finances bounce back. Meanwhile, Sharina allegedly went private on Instagram and even moved back in with her mom to get her finances straight. Now, she's back online, grinding, promoting her businesses, and trying to stand on her own 2 feet. And word on the street? Kevin and Sharina might have split. Can we confirm? Not officially. But seeing their empire of greed crumble, people are calling it karma, and honestly, can you blame them? Sharina thought she'd ride the soft life forever, living off another woman's dime. And Kevin? Just a narcissist, using anyone to keep his lifestyle afloat. The universe seems to have other plans, and let's be honest, neither of them deserves a shred of sympathy. So tell me, were you expecting Sharina and Kevin to crash and burn this fast? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Trust me, you do not want to miss the next chapter of this wild saga.